Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy.
Here we go.
So, Miami will get the first possession. Out to the right wing. Beasley with a clean look. Rebound by Jang.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
And stolen by Dillingham. And he elevates with a slam. Justice Winslow did not like that.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Beasley with the steal. Loads it up for Beasley. It's stolen by Banchero. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
And showing off some agility on the break. Banchero is so elusive in the open floor.
The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skill?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great asset.
You aren't kidding. Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. And Miami making a change here. Here's Bitadze. The kick out to Tatum. Shoots the three. Rebound by Jang. Now Winslow. Jang, a screen. Off target at the rim. Shepard with the ball. Now guarded by Winslow. Takes it inside.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And finished off by Jang.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Outside, George. Dillingham with the rebound. Miami leading by 3. Pass to Shepard. Back to Tatum. .103 left here in the first half of basketball. And stolen by Jang. And here we go. Posey with it. Defended now by Dillingham. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 5 points so far.
And George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot player. Measuring the shot before receiving the pass, you can't guard that.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Bitadze. Now Dillingham. 4 on the shot clock. Tatum no good. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. A nice shot by Winslow. Winslow's got his first points in this one.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
That will count. Wow, huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
Now, here's Mitchell. In the corner, Murray with it. Here's Brewer. Kicks it out to Mitchell. And stolen by Dillingham. Pass to Shepard. There's a screen by Collins. Here he goes. Shepard with the ball. Back to Collins. The shake. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Inside. It's tipped. Brewer with the ball. Here's Bowen, and it's denied. In transition, here comes Miami. Lobbed up there for Collins. Pass to Shepard. Now Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And they're pushing it up. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And now Brewer running the floor all by himself.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance. Well, just doing an excellent job defensively. Using his body to disrupt the shot and then get control of the loose ball.
Mitchell wide open. Sinks the three-pointer. Mitchell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from three and capitalized.
And here's Winslow. Fires the three. Miami grabs the miss. To the inside. Smith. Rebound by Jang.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
Here's Posey to the middle. Here's Banchero. Count it.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
There's a screen by Collins. Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Dillingham. Down low. Here's Shepard. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
From what I've seen, Shepard would rather shoot from distance, but he trusted himself inside that time.
Here's Banchero. Up and in on the layup.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Now here's Winslow. Michael Beasley missing his last shot. And finished off by Banchero.
And great attention to detail from Banchero on the play, making sure he's there to get the ball and send it back.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And the shot goes down.
And he's going to be a consistent scorer when he can get those shots to fall. Defense has to do a better job against Banchero inside.
Here's Beasley. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Drives to the hoop. Winslow's shot is off. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Jang with the ball. It's good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Dillingham. A second chance effort. Collins takes the three. Dillingham, no good. Here's Banchero. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Off target from three-point range. Banchero outside. Back to Winslow. The three. Pass to Jang. Over in the corner, Banchero. Jang, a screen. Miami grabs the miss. Beasley with it. Now guarded by Winslow. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And you can get used to that from Shepherd. He likes to keep the ball moving.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Now Mitchell. To the wing right side. To the paint. Here's Iguodala. Murray left side. Here's Brewer. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Miami trails by 7. Here's Collins. Rejected by Murray. Here we go, one-on-one. It's stolen by Shepherd. Rejected by Murray. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Now here's Beasley. Outside Collins. Pass to Beasley. Shot clock at 6. Driving inside. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
And look at the basket guy still shaking. Murray outside. Over Beasley. Here's Bowen. That's in there. Murray with the assist.
And Bowen is selective when it comes to shooting, but they're showing some assertiveness inside.
Mitchell with it. Pass to Bowen. Over Beasley. Bowen's shot is off. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And Miami making a change here. Miami trails by 7. Outside Edwards. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Miami with the ball. Paolo Banchero unable to get his last shot to go in. There's the lob to the hoop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others out there.
Pass to Jang. And here is Posey. It's stolen by Edwards. Good ball movement here by Miami. Smith outside. With the drive. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Speed. JR makes a living driving to the hoop.
And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's Winslow. Banchero inside.
And you love how Tatum uses that long wingspan to really distract shooters. Great job contesting without fouling on that one.
Pass to Bitadze. Wants to get it to Tatum and does. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. And that one drops for him.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Banchero. Off on the layup. Miami trailing. Here's Tatum. Into the lane. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. George looking around. Pass to Jang. And he can't jam it through. To the inside to take the lead. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. Pass to Allen. Brewer with the steal. Down low. Here's Murray. On the money from 12 feet away. And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And Miami making a change here. Miami trails by 3. Here's Wembanyama. Second chance shot. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. It's Allen on the wing. There's a screen by Collins. Another shot deflected by Murray. Pulls up. Outside for Wembanyama. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. Now Mitchell. A crossover. Here's Iguodala.
And the wingspan of Wembanyama, massive. He's fantastic at using it to erase shots.
5 on the clock. Here's Brewer. That one wide left. And Murray's got the ball here for Miami. They trail by 3. Pass to Dillingham. Inside. Kicks it out to Collins. Wembanyama, a screen. Murray with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Murray, no good. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. That's in there. Murray with the assist.
Really good ball movement there in transition.
And so the road.
From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Miami now. Harden with it. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, just a smart call by Harden. Using the pick to shake off the defense and get himself a look.
Pass to Diaw. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Beasley. Here's Boozer. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Tries again. Here's Williams. Foul called. Looked like the D didn't get there in time. And he'll shoot free throws. Miami shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And Williams drops them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
To the inside. Outside, Green. Back to Grant. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Some solid D from Beasley. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go that time. And Davis has got the ball here for Richmond. 4-point game. On the wing, Green. Shot clock at 5. Here's Grant. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Down low. To the middle. Diaw. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Outside Davis. A minute 31 left in the first. Pass to Green. Inside. Fades and shoots. It's good. Off the glass. Devon's got his second basket.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot on.
Beasley. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Seconds left in the first quarter here. And there's the screen to the paint. Here's Devon's. And that one good. Devon's got 6.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Second team foul. Substitutes on the court.
Outside Harden. And then Harden with the jam.
If given the space, Harden's not afraid to take it to the rim.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Davis. Here's Augment, defended by Harden. And here's Grant from the arc. Rebound Miami. Now here's Harden. Williams on the wing. With 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a...
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's really hard to get foul calls on the road. Credit them for being so aggressive.
Back to Okafor. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Dinwiddie. Okafor's got his first bucket in this one.
When you have Dinwiddie as a teammate, you have to be ready. Spencer is a tremendous distributor.
Home team foul. Austin Clark. That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Castle. Pass to Boozer. Blocked! Here's the break. Okafor with it. There's the screen. To the wing on the left. Fades away. And the shot goes. Devon's got 8 points.
Yeah, when you make your mid-range shots, you force your opponents to adjust.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Over to the left wing. Back to Dinwiddie. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the elbow. Pass to Okafor. Out to the right wing. To the inside. Up and in on the layup. Okafor's got 4 points in the quarter.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And here is Williams. Down low. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And they'll get another chance. Sends it home from three-point land. 7 points in the game.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Outside for Davis. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
Away team ball.
And it's Miami's ball. Here's Beasley. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And the second free throw is good. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. To the middle. Outside for Davis. Into the lane. Williams grabs the board.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
They set a pick. Throws it up high.
Oh, I just love seeing players find the trailer on the break.
Yeah, even when the defense is able to slow down that first attacker, a lot of times that trail defender is late getting into the picture.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Substitution on the court.
1:09 left to play in the first half. Now Davis, still without a bucket. They get it back. Pass to Devon's.
Away team foul. Gerald Green. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
55 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Diaw. The 3. Counted from distance. Diaw's got 5 now.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc. That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Pass to Diaw. And there's the drive. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hero with it. There's a screen. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And that one falls for Hero. Richmond trails by 6.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Tatum with a steal. Green for 3. And so it's Miami leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back with you shortly. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Pass to Divac. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Now here's Davis. No points so far. Fader on the way. Williams grabs the board.
Great contest of the shot. Kind of forced him to fade back more than he'd like.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. And now a 9-point Miami lead.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
Pass to Diao. Outside Davis. Shot clock at 6. Goes up on the wing. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Miami leading by 7. Inside. And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Here's Beasley. Give him 8. The drive. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Outside Harden. Back to Beasley. Over Green. Beasley, that's good. And now an 11-point Miami lead.
Everyone knows Harden is a talented passer. He can really rack up those assists.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And Davis has got the ball here for Richmond. Pass to Diao. To the middle. Here's Divac. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Look, he's doing what he can to try to keep them afloat offensively, continuing to stay aggressive.
Miami leading by 8. Here's Harden. And it's Augman with the rebound. Richmond with the ball. Pass to Diao. Grant the screen. And he's going for the lob. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Grant.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
Left side, Harden.
Wow!
Check it out. Harden putting on a show, throwing down an acrobatic dunk.
Grant the screen. Pass to Diaw. Clock at 6. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's his first trip to the line. And he drops the first.
At the line for
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 58 seconds left in the third. Miami leading by 8. Here's Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Williams has got 9 points.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Outside for Davis. Drops in the 3. He's got 5.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's Boozer. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. Miami shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
shooting for the away team, Carlos Boozer. One shot.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Pass to Divac. Over Curry. Divac can't get it to go. And they're running. And Curry throws it down.
Woo-hoo, just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Offensive rebound. And that's an intentional foul. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for your home team.
Both shots good from the strike.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
Beasley can't get it to fall.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
And so it's Miami ending the quarter up 10. Just pounding the painted. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Miami leading by 10. Harden scanning the floor. The kick out. Curry. No good on the 3. Richmond on offense.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Pick by Okafor. Pass to Diaw. Outside for Green. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Dinwiddie. That one no good. Oh, excellent D there from Harden. Here's Beasley. Williams from long range. The rebound by Diaw.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
To the paint. Here's Okafor. Rebound Miami.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And so it's Erik Spoelstra with the timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Erik Spoelstra's huddle. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Up top, Beasley. 6 to shoot. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Richmond trails by 8. Grant with it. Now Thompson defending. Outside Davis. And there's the lob. And stolen by Beasley. In transition, here they come. Tipped. Pass to Divac. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Divac. The offensive rebound to the inside. And that one's good.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Miami.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Here's Beasley. Back to Green. 5 to shoot. 16 feet out. No good off the front rim. Richmond trails by 6.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Grant the screen. Pass to Divac. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. Miami making a switch here. So it's Miami now. And now they decide to foul intentionally. There's 39 seconds left to play in the fourth. And Williams has got the ball here for Miami. 6-point lead. Pass to Boozer. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Beasley. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Time called here. Richmond decides to talk it over. They trail by 6. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
They need to answer fast.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
Outside, Green. 3-pointer. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
Well, the defense wasn't really bothered by the screen, but he still managed to convert.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 5-point game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
And so So Miami takes the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was.
MP was great. Hey, yo, right here. Shot, shot.
NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge.
Here we go.
So, Miami will get the first possession. Now Williams. To the inside. Boozer. And Boozer throws it down.
Doesn't get any easier than this. Boozer rising up with confidence there and powering it home.
They get it back. And Isaac stays with it.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
Wow, James Harden putting a little sauce in the finish. Nicely done.
Pass to Olajuwon. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Here's Boozer. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Hill has the open look. Good in the assist to Kidd.
And good to see Hill knocking down the long ball because that really will help his confidence.
The kick out to Boozer. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Isaac. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Isaac's got his second bucket.
Wow, how about the focus from the big man, Jonathan Isaac, comfortable in the paint.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Kidd. Down low. A shake. Isaac misses. Harden outside. Abdul-Jabbar on the wing. .146 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Williams. Just 4 to shoot. Miami needs to get a shot off. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Count it. Good.
And just look at the grace, the agility, versatility that Jabbar brings to the center position. Can beat you in so many ways.
Now here's Kidd. Olajuwon inside. Over Abdul-Jabbar. Good defense by Abdul-Jabbar. Back to Boozer. And Boozer throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Here's Kidd after Carlos Boozer's score.
Yeah, and beyond the obvious physical skills, Kareem just has a great understanding for the game. Times his move perfectly to get that shot.
Screen by Boozer. It's Harden with the drive. Scooped up. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Will it go? Here's Wall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
One of the most valuable and fundamental plays in the game, a convincing pump fake. Nice one there by Wall.
And so Wall nails both of them.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, yeah. Castle can leap up to the rim. The rookie putting some power behind that finish.
And Wall with the slam.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Miami ahead. They lead by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Miami.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
And their assist total also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Malone. Banked in off the glass. Malone's got his first basket.
Malone is relentless inside, so strong with non-stop effort.
And Curry throws it down.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And the Warriors making a change here. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Wall looking it over. Here's Malone. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Malone's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Back to Curry. The kick out to Tatum. Offline with his 3. And Albuquerque with the possession. Outside, Wall. Malone at the elbow. Beasley with the rebound.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Duncan with some nice D.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. And finally they hit one.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And then Malone with the dunk.
He's such an incredible defender. Duncan, so clever, and coming up there with the steal to ignite the break.
Here's Tatum. Pass to Castle. Tatum a screen. Driving to the basket. Duncan with the block.
He's the defensive anchor for this team. Duncan excels at reading shooters and then altering their shots.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Warriors leading by 4. Pass to Malone. .115 left in the second quarter. And he lays it straight in.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The kick out to Tatum. The 3 is drilled by Tatum.
Watch out. Tatum's going to stretch the defense all over the place if he's knocking down threes from the corner.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
On the wing, Malone. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. And Kidd, here we go. Malone with it. Guarded now by Michael Beasley. Clock at 4. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And it's a 7-point Albuquerque lead. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. That one drops for him.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball pretty fast.
Here's Hill, and Hill throws it down.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Reeves, that's a 2-pointer. A big-time effort for Moses Malone, providing a lot of energy for the Warriors. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. And Odom's got the ball here for Albuquerque. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Outside, Wall. Kicks it out to Malone. 6 to shoot. Back to Wall. To the middle. And it's Miami with the rebound. To the paint. It's tipped. And here we go, Albuquerque, fast break. Hard test with the ball. And Abdul-Jabbar picks him up defensively.
And that is such a beautiful move, Kevin. Why go straight up when you can throw down the reverse?
Well, that one's going to have its share of time on the highlight reel for sure. Outside Odom. Pass to Artest. Over Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Artest missing. Outside Boozer. Now here's Abdul-Jabbar. And Kareem throws it down.
And not much you can do defensively once Kareem gets the ball in that close. Too much height, too much talent.
Inside, Artest. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. A big group substitution here for Albuquerque. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Good defense by Abdul-Jabbar. Miami trails by 7. And Jason Kidd picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
And Miami has possession. Back to Thompson. Abdul-Jabbar the screen.
Oh, tight defense there. Olajuwon's like a big cat. The combination of elite speed and power. Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays on the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Beasley with the steal. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, high effort play by Harrell, running the floor to finish the fast break strong.
It's Kidd with the drive. Here's Odom. And the Warriors miss again. Miami trailing. And that one is good by Beasley.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
A minute 20 left to play in the third. Here's Hill. And it's Hill with the jam.
And how about Odom facilitating the shooter there, not holding the ball or forcing his own shot.
Here's Beasley. Second shot opportunity. Here's Thompson into the lane.
And not only does he get all the way to the rim in traffic, but how about he goes to the reverse?
You got to be kidding me. That was awesome. Down low. Here's Olajuwon. That one misses. Good defense by Abdul-Jabbar. Beasley with it. Picked up by Olajuwon. And it's Beasley finishing it off. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Hill, no good. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. Miami shooting their second free throw attempt on the night. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter. To the paint. It's stolen by Duncan. It's 2-on-1. Here's Wall. Albuquerque again can't hit it. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Miami leads by only 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Thompson with it. He takes it in, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Here's Beasley. Screened by Boozer. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. Curry is inside. Stolen by Duncan. Here's Malone. And it's Malone finishing it off.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Pass to Boozer. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Screened by Boozer. Stolen by Artest. Here's Roy. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. And it's good for 2. And the Warriors lead by 2. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Albuquerque.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. With the game in the balance, Coach was calm in the huddle. His main message, execution. He told his team to make sure to remember what they talked about during shoot-around. We've got a great ending in store, guys.
Thank you, David. And it goes down 2 points.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Warriors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the middle. Here's Duncan. A second chance effort. That shot off the mark. Good defense by Abdul-Jabbar. Back to Green. Portis the screen. The kick out to Abdul-Jabbar. Good on the triple. And Miami leads by 1.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And Wall. Here we go now. Malone, left side. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down hard.
How about the concentration from Duncan? Doesn't budge even in the biggest of moments.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Back to Portis. To the inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you're talking about one of the most decorated superstars in the history of college basketball, but maybe the most impressive feat. He won 3 national championships, and Kareem has a way of affecting winning.
Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
And how about the killer cool of Olajuwon? Loves to put the team on his back when the game gets tight.
Outside Hero. Back to Brand. It drops. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Isaac. Stolen by Hero. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hero. 26 seconds left in the game. 5 on the clock. Kidd attacking. No one near Isaac as he lets it go. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Pass to Kidd. Isaac a screen. Yes!
How about how he sets his man out there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
So we see the Warriors get the win here.
Damn.
They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take.